Number 25. The boat that almost crushed a village. So someone obviously took a picture of some big tanker and plastered it over a peaceful looking village. And to be honest, it doesn't even look like they did a very good job. If that's what you're thinking, then you're so very wrong. This is the Pasha Bulker. In 2007, it ran aground on Nobby's Beach in Newcastle, Australia, and not surprisingly became quite a tourist attraction. Number 24. That's barely real. Here's another one that's hard to believe. Besides looking completely out of place, why is everyone smiling? Haven't they considered what's probably going to happen if there isn't enough food on the table? Well, apparently they have. Meet Bruno the bear. He's been raised in captivity his entire life, and these days he spends his time shooting TV commercials and being best man at weddings. We're not joking. He was best man at his owner, Casey Anderson's wedding. Number 23. The Mile High Tennis Match. Yes, this really happened. On February 22, 2005, US legend Andre Agassi faced Roger Federer on top of the Burj Al Arab in Dubai on a helipad that was converted into a tennis court over 1 mile off the ground. Number 22. Invisible hockey players. Although at first glance this photo can be a little hard to figure out, there are no invisible hockey players or floating helmets involved. Norway's Ole Christian Tollefsen is simply getting his head pounded by Finland's Petteri Nokelainen. Number 21. The black and white Santa. Alright, there's no way this one can be real, can it? It can. Someone at San Francisco SantaCon 2009 was just really good with makeup. Number 20. All caught up. There are numerous legends as to exactly how this bike got swallowed up by a tree, but whatever happened, someone evidently didn't need their bike anymore. If you ever happen to be passing through Vashon, Washington, you can stop and check it out. Number 19. Totally weird. It might look fake, but in 2010 a boy was born in China with a total of 31 digits. That's 15 fingers and 16 toes. He has since had surgery to remove the extra appendages. Number 18. It's a Monet? No, it's not a Monet. It's a National Geographic photo that caused quite a stir on the internet when a bunch of people started calling shenanigans on the picture, saying it was nothing more than a painting. The photo is real though, and it was taken in the Namibian desert at twilight. The yellow-orange background is not the sky, it's actually a sand dune, and the spots are patches of white grass. The foreground is bluish and dark as a result of being in the shade. Number 17. The indoor cloud. Apparently, under the right conditions, clouds can actually form indoors, which artist Burnout Schmidt takes advantage of to shape some extremely surreal photographs. Number 16. The Swiss Army Knife of Doom. Unfortunately, it's not a joke. This 85-tool Swiss Army knife manufactured by Wenger is 19 inches long and weighs a whopping 2 pounds. Number 15. The Frankenrabbit. Who would have guessed that something normally so cute and fuzzy could become something so terrifyingly huge? Known as giant greys, these monster rabbits are bred by Karl Smolinski in Germany for food, and business is booming. Evidently, he recently even sold some to a delegation from North Korea looking for new ways to feed their starving population. Number 14. The ultimate sinkhole. It's actually the world's largest diamond mine found just on the edge of Mirny, Russia. It's so big, in fact, that helicopters can't even fly overhead due to various air currents surrounding it. Number 13. Ostrich racing. It's true, there are places in the world where people race ostriches. We'll leave it at that. Number 12. The Uno. What do you get when you cross a unicycle with a motorcycle? Besides something insanely dangerous and hard to control? You get the Uno, the world's first motorcycle with only one wheel. Number 11. Corn. Lots of corn. Although they probably didn't make it far, we have to hand it to whoever thought putting a year's supply worth of corn on this poor truck would be a good idea. And just in case you're wondering, this picture was taken in Somalia. Number 10. Doggaroos. Meet Cute and Bambi. These two dogs were born without legs in Quezon City, Philippines. They now reside with their owner Lope Tulipus, a street vendor. Number 9. The Goat Tree. It's not one of those things you see every day, but this is a real tree with real goats that you would probably see quite a bit if you were to take a tour of the Moroccan desert. Number 8. The Epic Sandstorm. Sure, this would be easy to Photoshop if someone really wanted to, but that wouldn't be necessary. This picture was taken in 2005 by a photographer in Iraq. Evidently, sandstorms in the Middle East are very volatile and can come out of seemingly nowhere. Number 7. The Cartoon Kleenex. Although it looks like some sort of cartoon was copied and pasted on top of a hill in New Zealand, this sculpture by Neil Dawson is actually made of welded steel. It's 15 meters high and pretty much looks fake from any angle. Number 6. Big table, little bike. So is the table really big, or is the bike really small? If you ever make it out to Hampstead Heath in England, you would find the former to be correct. This enormous table and chair sculpture are called the writer, and created by Italian artist Giancarlo Neri, they are a monument to the loneliness of writing. Number 5, the monster ducky. Once again, what looks like someone having a lot of fun on Photoshop is actually very real. This enormous rubber ducky belongs to Four Media and has been strategically placed in harbors all over the world as part of their marketing campaign. Number 4, rock balancing. What seems like something that would require either lots of super glue or some really good image editing software actually requires little more than a lot of time. Commonly known as rock balancing, this art form involves balancing rocks in precarious ways that seem to defy gravity. Number 3, when the world implodes. Although it may be hard to believe, this is actually Lake Berryessa in California, and yes, it has a drain. It's no small drain either. At 70 feet across, it drops 300 feet and controls the water levels in the lake. Number 2, the two-faced cat. Known as a Janus cat after the Roman god who looked both forwards and backwards, Frankenlouis is currently in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the oldest surviving Janus cat in the world, at 12 years. And number 1, sea monsters. Although it looks like a sea monster army is about to feast on some surfer guts, those tentacles are in fact just seaweed along Innsmouth Beach in New England.